Welcome in, welcome in.
A way to stabilize it a little bit more.
Oh my goodness.
But it's staying there. Just
welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Just setting up the iPad.
I'm not sure how
to try to.
Do we want her looking at the flower?
Stay.
But then you can't. I don't know.
Updated.
I'm not sure. I might have to work with this one a little bit more because I'm just not convinced. I'm loving it. So I might have to find another piece for her. I mean, she could go like
and
that.
I love thrifting and Hope How and Candyland.
No problem, my friend.
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you for letting me hang out with all of everybody.
Okay, so we're gonna lower the volume.
I hope you guys have fun too.
Yes, tons of fun. Thank you. It's a mess. Let's see. Yeah, so it's super hot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I gotta tell you, it's all the things that could go wrong. Not wrong, but everything that could get in your way does get in your way. So now we're just setting up, waiting for our friends to arrive. And so I was in the middle of, a couple of other projects before. Let me see. I don't want to put away the stuff that I'm actually going to use. But anyways, welcome in, everybody. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Hey, oh my gosh. Linda. Oh, I've been thinking about you. And yeah, so I'm glad that you're here. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. You find me crying. Oh, Linda, thank you for being here. Yeah, my heart is with you. My heart is with you, girl. Anyway, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. So, let me turn off. I think yes, that's that was it. Okay, so Bandit helped me figure out the lighting. It's a hot mess. welcome in. Oh, Linda. My friend Janet also. Tui. I've been thinking about her and obviously Nadine. So welcome in, everybody. So my name is Lupe. I'm here covering for Nadine, who unfortunately was airlifted to the hospital yesterday. And so she really wanted to be here on the theme park train. And once you all to know that it wasn't just like a whim of like, oh, I just want to do it. No, I mean, it was serious stuff. So she couldn't be here. So I'm here to fill in. And Nadine, welcome in. And yeah, so I was happy as soon as they said that they need someone to sub in. I said, oh, for sure, definitely. And yeah, so hopefully everybody, um, you know, gets better and feels better. And yeah, Linda, yes. Uh, um, so trying to recoup. Okay. So in addition to all the other stuff, my monitor, for some reason, okay, so last time I was with you was at the Thursday art hangout. And I told you that I haven't been able to do the other type of art because I usually do that elsewhere and the AC went down. But anyways, so the AC went down here. So it's super hot. Yes. And like I'm burning. Like I feel you today. Usually I'm all like, dude, I got the AC going. I'm pretty good. But today, not so much. So I have the door open, which means flies could come in, but I am willing to take that chance because it's hot. Yeah, and in addition to, yeah, so the monitor, because it's so hot, the monitor's not working, so I am going off of the iPad. And you all know my site issues, so I will try to keep up with the chat. Feel free to you chat amongst yourselves, and then also if you need me to, like, hey, pay attention, you put a bunch of emojis together, and then I'll see what's going on, but I'll try to keep track of that. Okay, so today we're playing with Barbie, because why not? I've got the many. If you all, I don't know if you guys remember or if you knew, but I was volunteering at the Deming Helping Hand, and my job was to deal with the Barbie section and the greeting cards. Anyway, so oh, a fly came in again. I'm fine with it because it's hot. It's so hot. So I got some Barbies because I wanted to do Swan Lake. So I wanted to dress them all up as Swan Lake. And but today instead, I decided to make them fairies. We're looking into the fairy tale because Amanda's birthday is in July, and she loves the fairy tales and fairies and stuff. So here we go. We're gonna make her into. She's the first one we're gonna make into a fairy. And sort of the way I sort of went around this is, Amanda asked earlier what our favorite fairy tale was, and not that it's my favorite fairy tale. It's the fairy tale that, like, um, I remember most. And so as a kid, La Llorona is basically this woman who lost her children in the next to the river. I'm sure it sort of translates to some fairy tale in English, but anyway, so she lost her children, and so at night she walked the streets, and she would cry out for her children, and crying, or llorar, or llorona. So she would be the llorona. And so as a kid, your parents would tell you, go to sleep, or else La Llorona's gonna take you. Llorona is a positive thing, but then also, kids are scared of it. But she definitely helps the kids, or parents helps the parents make sure that the kids go to sleep. So anyway, so the idea is I am going to create a tutu for them, and also the wings. Oh. Okay, so I already. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, I was freaking out. Okay, so here's the plan. Um, I want them all to have the same wings, to have the same top, but the tutu is going to be different. I when I found out I was gonna go on, I went to the local store, and I got tulle and the different colors for the tutus. Yes, it's gonna be uh, a thing. So the idea would be one, two, three, four, and then I could do more obviously, but on the in the different colors. So um, here we go. So again, the tops will be this lime or very bright green. Let me see if I can move this way a little bit. Ah, much better. Yes. And then the tutus will be in different colors, and so all these also will have different textures and stuff. So I'm hoping that's gonna be what helps them stand out. Ah, thank you, Heidi, for purchasing. What is it? Oh, yes, they're here somewhere. They're super cute, fantastic. Let me show you. And so I'm going to be showing you this project. They look like this. I'm not sure if this is the one exactly, but thank you, Heidi. Appreciate it. And so anyway, so we'll work on this project, and then I'm going to show you. how I didn't want to share with people because I thought it was a brilliant thing, and but I'm gonna show you. Okay, so I'm known to buy stuff that is broken when I think I can fix it. So like for example, I got this nativity set and the donkey and some of the other like had either like this one didn't have an ear, so I put an ear there, and this one was missing a nose. I don't know if you can see. So then I put a nose there. So I used resin to put, and it doesn't. The color doesn't matter. I use a different color, or like a bright color, something contrasty to so that I know more or less if I'm how far I am, and then I use the airbrush to fix the color and stuff. So if we have time, then I'll show you how to do that. I have several pieces that I was unboxing the other day that have some issues, and I also did bring in uh, the resin, and we can mix different colors and stuff like that. I have also a silicone mold of a fairy, and we can work on her as well. Many projects, and so yes, and also all of the fairies that we're going to be making will have fairy garland crowns made out of. We got all the projects today made out of these beautiful little tiny flowers. So yeah, so we're gonna have lots of fun. So please stay tuned. After me, we're gonna be going over to oh gosh, Heidi, um, with an I, and right, yes, I think so. With all the moving and stuff, I was like, ah. Yeah, but I think it is Heidi. She is going to be joining us right after work. So anyways, all right. So why don't we get started? Let me know if you have any questions and stuff. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm excited to show you my sewing skills. I'm gonna have to do hand sewing since it's definitely too hot in the sewing room. The sewing room, we have several machines in there, but it's made out of majority aluminum, and there's no AC in there, so you can imagine how hot it is. Anyways. All right, so I was trying to stand her up so that. Oh, but she's kind of never mind. I probably shouldn't have her in the. I didn't even think about that. That she was not wearing a top. Anyways, so we're gonna start off by making the wings for the fairies, and so this is sort of a flimsy material, really pretty, transparent. So I thought it was perfect. And so what I did was a little bit after uh, Amanda was working with her glue. I put the wing in the glue, and then I set it outside, and then it dried, so it stiffened. I also bought jewelry wire so that I can put in wire if I need it. But I think if I pleat it, it should stay pretty up. And then later on, if it's beginning to like get all wobbly and stuff like that, I can always add um, more glue. Yes, because we all do love to play with the glue, as Amanda said. So anyway, so let me show you how I did the wing. So I did a basic. Oh, I keep dropping my water. Uh, I have a little container for my water because that reminds me to drink the water, and I keep knocking it down. So I moved it because I keep knocking it down every time. All right, and this is from my jewelry making. Yes, I was making the jewelry, and I have some. I still haven't listed. I keep saying that I'm going to list it. I will list it. Anyways, okay. So I drew one basic one, and then I just folded a bunch of times so that as I cut it, it's going to basically give me hopefully enough for all of them. If not, then I can always just draw another butterfly and make more. And I hope more flies don't come in. But like I said, the door's open because it's hot. And yeah, and fortunately, and about, I don't know, maybe half an hour ago, the this dust storm started to happen, which blocked the sun a little bit and lessened the heat. But in a little bit, when they actually reach me, I'm gonna have to close the door because the dust is gonna be severe. But yeah, in the meantime, it helps me not be like in the sauna. It is so. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. Do I am super thankful that you are here. Um, in the theme park Ray Train Fairy Tale Edition, and we're making different fairies out of different Barbies or dolls. I don't know if they're all Barbies, but they're quite cute. They all have. Let me see. Let me show you. I don't know if you guys can see the details. So she will be one. So we'll work on their hair. Um, we'll also make their accessory for their hair. And yeah, yeah, they were well loved when they were donated. And so I presume, or I assume that not all of them are Barbies. I haven't checked because I really don't care if they are Barbies or not. I just wanted to use them. So when I was growing up, I wanted a doll very much so, but my parents or my dad wouldn't get one for me, and so we would keep. So my dad was great at taking us to all kinds of different activities that were free, right? So we go to the park all the time. And on our walk from our house to the park was this thrift store. In the window of this thrift store was this huge doll that I so wanted. And everybody in the store knew that I wanted it because every time we passed by, I'd go inside and visit with it. Anyways, I wanted this doll. Anyways, I don't think I ever got a doll like that because I wanted like a, not like a handmade doll that my mom would make. I wanted like a store bought doll. You know, it didn't matter if it was Barbie or whatever the doll. Anyways, yeah. So now it's like I see a doll and it's like you're beautiful. I don't care if you're you know branded um Barbie or not. I Yeah, I love all the dolls. So anyway, so yeah, but they're all gonna work and dance together as fairies in the fairy nutcracker, not nutcracker, but the Swan Lake, and so it's also gonna be a different kind of Swan Lake because usually the Swan Lake or there's the white swan or whatever, but here they're gonna have like super bright, glowy colors, and it's gonna be a little different, much more inclusive. The black swan and all that stuff is not gonna be a thing. Yeah, everybody's gonna love each other. So, yeah, so we're just basically cutting around more or less, because like I said, once you put the glue, it's just gonna be stiff, so it doesn't, the total shape or whatever. It's not gonna be like, oh my gosh, oh, you went out of the line here or whatever, because this is just giving us the illusion of wings, and yeah. So yeah. So for a long time, I wanted that doll. I want to say that I got the doll, but I can't recall. But anyways, yeah, it was super sweet, and I'm sure it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's so much money, but um yeah, my father decided that it wasn't necessary. So all the bits I'm going to save for another project, as I've learned from who was it? Last time, Carrie showed us that we should never throw away any piece of fabric. Always save it. So I will be saving that. Yes, and so this will now I can take off the pins, and then we're gonna dip it into the glue. So this glue is basically yeah, always use the glue all. I think, well, for this stuff, to make stuff stiff, uh, because it dries uh, clear, and it's like a crazy glue. Like it works on everything. Anyway, so then this has one part no, 2 parts glue, 1 part water. And anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna just dip it in here. And oh, you know what? Let's go down. Sorry about that. There you go. And yes, and then so this one's gonna have. Oh, you saw that I was drawing. Anyways, yeah, we probably won't use this one because yeah, I didn't realize it was gonna keep the. Anyways, yeah. Okay, so all we're doing is just dipping it and making sure that it's like super wet, right? And then we're gonna dip this other one, make sure it's super wet. Okay, and make sure, yeah, make sure that it's like um, you put it in one by one. Otherwise, they could stick together. Now, if they stuck together, that would still be cool because especially if they stick completely together, like right next to each other, because it just make it stiffer. But yeah, so and now what I would do, well, let me see if I can do that now. But I might make a hot mess, but that's fine, you know. So this is a silicone mat that I get to work with resin, but then also just you can get it at Walmart to make cookies and stuff. I think that's what it's for, to make the cookies. Yeah, but we're gonna make a hot mess, and we're gonna be fine with it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take out one by one, and not be afraid of making the mess. See, like this one, I think has two, and maybe it doesn't. If it does, there will just be two, and we'll make it nice and stiff. So I'm gonna take it out and just basically spread it out on the mat, and then we're gonna take it outside so that it dries and stiffens, basically. And hopefully, within half an hour, it should dry out, and then we can continue working. I mean, we're gonna continue working on other stuff, but then this having the wings would be perfect because we can make all the wings at the same time. So yeah, and I love that it's like so sparkly, and it doesn't have any glitter. Although I am not opposed to using the glitter, um, because and I actually brought some glitter to use with the resin. Because glitter is fabulous. Yes, yes, glitter is fantastic. I know some people call it the herpes of the craft world. Or I forget what they call it, but I like the glitter. Anyways, all right. So I made and have the hands. They're a hot mess. I'm going to go ahead and utilize this one as well because I can always spray paint it a different color and cover up my little sketches. So we're going to So in total, we'll have 4, 6, 7 with the one that's already made, and just shake off some of the excess glue. And I'm going to take this. Hopefully, it won't fall off of my hands because my hands are kind of slippery because of the glue. And talk amongst yourselves. I'm just going to take it right outside onto the porch so that it dries, hopefully within the next half an hour. All right, I believe that the fly went out with me. So I'm hoping that we took care of it, but if we didn't, that's okay. So, anyways, all right. So let me quickly rinse my hands. Talk amongst yourselves. I should probably have some music going, but sorry, I didn't think about this part about having my hands. Um, all right, so I'm gonna need some help from the community in helping to remind me to use the gloves when I'm using resin, because if I get my hands gluey with resin, it's gonna be a whole thing. It's happened before. It wasn't pretty, but that's when the chemistry comes in handy. All right, so we're gonna move the glue out of the way so that I don't knock it down by mistake. All right, so now I'm gonna show you how. I don't know. Raise your hand if you have ever made clothes before, like either for yourselves, for dolls. I'm sure when you were growing up, you made the doll clothes. I know my mom, like I said, I wanted a store bought doll, but I had handmade dolls made out of. Um, Ooh, you made crochet clothing. Yeah, that's. I'm trying to. I mean, I know I've done a number of scarves. I'm trying to say. Oh, and beanies, because I had the little toy that you could do that. But I don't think I've done the clothes. I've but my grandmother showed me, so I could be crocheting and not look at what I was doing, but I could still do it. And but yeah, but I could not do like the little figurines that you Heidi and Michaela, the figurines that you guys do, and also Connie also does the figurines. It's yeah, it's next level. Anyway, so like I said, we're playing with dolls today. So we're gonna play with one that has mimicked clothing, so that oh look, the reason why her hair is not all messed up is because she has like some sort of rubber band. We're gonna keep the rubber band just so that her hair doesn't get any messed up. But okay, so for this one, she's like a dress form. So I have a dress form that I have actually in the other room. So when I was making the wedding dresses, we could pleat and do whatever, all kinds of stuff. But for this one, because we want this to be super skin tight, like this. And I'm going to be doing hand stitching instead of like sewing it. So basically, we're just going to more or less cut probably from right here to up there and figure out how many those are. Okay, so and then let me figure out what their little holes are. So if I to make it super tight and it goes in the back, we're gonna make 2 holes right here. Okay. I'm going to mark it instead of actually cutting it because I'm gonna see if I can cut them all at the same time. It'll save us some time, and then we can do some resin work too. I am not like I am always afraid of the resin. Like I told Monica one time when she was in one of my lives. No, when I was in one of her lives, I believe she was working with resin, and I said, "Oh, resin is like, yeah." Anyways, the resin is right there. We're going to not be afraid of it. Today we will do it all, whether we're scared of it or not. We're going to be brave because the fairies are going to be with us. All right, so this is more or less how much fabric I need for each top. And then how many you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Oh, 7. So we're just going to. Maybe I should do one by one. What do you guys think? I feel like this part should be like, well, at least I'll because it's stretchy and the ladies are super thin, so I think we're gonna be fine. I think the fly is still back. Anyways, all right. So we didn't think that like we needed to have a screen door that blocked the flies from coming in because we never thought we have to have the actually we would actually have it open, but it's so hot that you can't. And I have the fan going, the one on the ceiling fan, and that helps a little bit, but just a tiny bit. Anyways, all right. So I don't know how many times I did that. 1, 2. There's a freaking fly. 3, 4, 5. Where's no? But I'm not gonna be able to catch it. 5. The swatter. So so I discovered a new way that my tennis elbow was affecting my life. So before I could, even if I didn't see the fly, I could get to it. Like I was really good at swatting the flies. Lately not so much. Yeah, it's just like if I swat it, I know I'm gonna suffer for it, and I know. But yeah, so I've scheduled the repair folks to come out and take care of that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be suffering. So I was even thinking of like taking a short trip so that I wouldn't be here doing this hot stuff. Okay, so we're just gonna cut. No fear, no fear crafting today. Okay, we're gonna cut, and I love this color. Like super bright. I bet you it's neon or like glows in the dark. Let's see. Ooh, it is. Look at. I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to. All right, so this is more or less um, our piece. We're going to cut the sides. I don't know if I should cut one, but I'm being lazy. Look at. I wanted to just cut them all at the same time, but I should probably do. No, I'm gonna be lazy. We're gonna cut them all together. Oh, we actually have one of those cutters. The electric ones that kind of go. You can just anyway, but it's in the sewing room, and it's hot. super hot. All right, here we go. So maybe these are not worth. Well, we're gonna put them here because they could be like little ties for something. All right. Yeah, yeah. No fear crafting, right? All right. So my holes are not exactly at the center, but because we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna turn it around. The top is gonna be the bottom, and the bottom is gonna be the top because those. Yeah. All right. So more or less, it's gonna be around there that we're gonna make holes. So let's do that. So I'm just gonna make a little peak right there by folding it twice, and then we're just gonna go in and make a hole there. See how fast that was? Okay, there you go. And then we're going to uh, see more or less how much it stretches. There might be some risque kind of situation happening, but for the most part it should be fine. Okay, so we're just gonna fold again, fold it twice, more or less around the same area. If not, we can have avant-garde outfits too. So no worries if it's not perfectly symmetrical. Like I said, no fear. And all right, so now we're going to fit this to the doll. Putting her hands through. It's gonna be good. Don't you worry. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, what? It's gonna be super awesome. So now we're gonna make the little. Oh, we put two on her. We just need one. All right. So put her hands through the holes. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. I'm sorry if I'm not acknowledging you as you come in. Hey, Elsie, welcome in. What? Welcome in. Yes. So we're playing with dolls today. Super cool, super awesome. Um, we are so we made several tops at the same time. So basically made a hole, and then because the collar basically we're just gonna fold it down, and then when we sew, we're gonna sew them into their outfits. So when we sew it, it's gonna be it's gonna look good. See? That's gonna be the top. Doesn't it should look fabulous? Yes, I feel like um, you know, many of people would want that top right now because it's so hot. It's very 90s, I think. Yeah, 90s, right? 90s were the neon stuff, or was it the 80s? Nah, whichever it was. And then the tutu will be at the bottom. It'll be no problem. All right, so she's ready. Let's put all the tops, and then we'll make the tutus and then sew them into the outfits. Um, let's do this one since she doesn't have a top, but she's actually a ballerina. She has her actual shoes. So yeah. Oh, so hello, newbies. Yes, by mistake, you guys were sent here, but do go back to the newbie train. Some of you who were here stay because we're going to be playing with resin as well. We're going to be making Swan Lake fairies in about 10 minutes or so. the wings should be ready. And when we sew the back of these outfits, we're also going to sew the wings. The wings are going to look like this. So basically, we made this by dipping them into glue, and then when we're going to sew them on, we're going to pleat them and then sew them on so that they look stiff and like wings, like so. All right, so we have this one ready as well. So I don't know if the one thing that I didn't pay attention to was whether what side was the, it's just going to be what it is. I'm not going to worry about that. What is the back and what is the front? See? See, the good thing with people who are like so thin is like, dude, you could put like a potato sack on them and they're going to look good. And yeah, so when when I was when I was making dresses and stuff, my model was my niece who was super thin and she loved it. And yeah, so we put her in all kinds of stuff, and it all always worked out. And my niece thought that I was so good at like making the clothes and stuff, but it wasn't because she always looked good at it. But it was because she was who she was that they looked so good in. All right, so we took off her dress and we're gonna put on the the little top that we made. Basically, we're making holes at the top and then folding the very tops to make a cute collar. And so this one is probably not Barbie because she feels very plasticky. The Barbies feel more rubbery. At least that's what I gathered in my working at the Barbie section at the Demi Helping Hand. They feel more substantial, like heavier and more rubbery. And then the brat dolls are bigger heads and bigger bodies. Um, we also would get a number of American dolls every so often, but not a lot. And for the most part, we make um, little packets. So what I would do is I get the dolls, and then I would put like two little outfits in with a baggie and put them in a baggie, and then we sold them for $1. Yeah, I know. Can you imagine? And some of the stuff was like vintage, but I try not to check value of the vintage stuff because I was like, and I told them, hey, do you realize what you have? And they're like, no, these are toys for kids. And we're setting it out as toys for kids. What people do with them after they buy them, that's their business. But they were providing a service. So yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I think they are. Like I said, it's trust the process, right? Um, they're gonna look really good. I'm gonna get tons of offers for to buy them because they're gonna look so good. I like I said at the last uh, art hangout. I have a niece who's gonna be one. No, she's like she was just born. I forget when, but recently, less than a year ago. So I will keep them to play for um, whenever, and then when she gets older, if she wants any of the dolls, then she can have them. She lives in San Francisco, so they would go to California. I'm hearing, oh, yeah. So right now I'm like looking out for different. So one last Thursday I was on doing a show like late, and all of a sudden the light went out, and that's when the AC went out. So now when I hear any sound, then I freak out because I cannot afford to have anything else go wrong. So anyway, so here's the last one getting fitted with her amazing top. Uh, and then maybe we'll just work on the tops, and then the tutus will come later, because I thought this was going to be faster for me for some reason, and it's taking me a while, and I want to have something to show for my work. Anyways, all right, so because it's stretchy and they're super fabulous, like this could be like her little outfit, like a little dress, right? But it's just gonna be her top. So um I don't recall how long ago it is that I took the wings to go outside. Which one should we finish the wings? Which one looks more fairy like? And then we have this one. She has bed hair. Look at. You like the purple cloud hair? Okay, let's do that one. Yeah, I love her as well. And she's rocking some major kicks. Look at her little shoes. Definitely a fairy would wear that. Okay, so we're going to use some of the jewelry wire to make her a little crown. Actually, you know what? We're gonna use floral wire. Let me grab some something to cut it with. We're gonna make her a little because of her hair. We want to get it out of her head. I mean, out of her face. So let's make her little. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to. I want her puffiness to continue, but I want it to be out of her face. So I think I'm gonna go. Let me show you first, and then we'll put flowers on it. But I'm thinking, yes. So I'm thinking we're gonna go like this, and then we'll put flowers like this. So it goes about there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's gonna be super super fabulous. Like we should have runway music happening right now, but the music is in the other art area, and we can't do the music. I mean, I have my no, everything's utilized. All the devices are being utilized right now because the monitor's not working. So I put several wires together to just make them stiffer and to help keep the hair out of her face. This is probably pretty good. All right, So, what I'm gonna do it the way I did for I was my niece's. I mean, I have so many nieces, but one of my nieces' godmother for her baptism, and I made her the little crown that goes on her head when they're baptized. Anyway, so yeah, so the way this is sort of how I did it. So I'm gonna do it the same way. So we start at the top, right? Not like the very top because we're gonna need to fold that in, but um, we have so many flowers. Look at yeah. I was able to get a bucket of flowers from the gallery in Columbus when I went to talk to them about uh, having some of my paintings there. So we're gonna go with the smallest flowers. Some of the more medium-sized flowers are cute, but um, they're too big. So, ooh, look at this one. Ooh. Okay, today we really are playing with stuff, right? So yeah, these are the tiny ones. So we're gonna go with the tiny ones first. And if you see anything in here that you must have, let me know. I'm willing to share. But I'm sure you all have your own stash of flowers. Yeah, we're gonna use quite a few because there's so many. There's 7 fairies slash dancers. So, but we're only doing one today. So the rest I can look for later. And these are small slash mediums. We'll put those on the side in case we need more as fillers or something. But we're gonna try to just use the little tiny ones. These are really cute. Hopefully we have enough for. If not, then some of them will have bigger ones and smaller ones. And it's gonna be fantastic because they're not gonna fight over their crown. They're all gonna love them. All right, so we have white, pink, yellow, and red. I wonder if I should do one color or should I do multicolors? There's also burgundy. Hmm. I know, right? Because like when you're doing, when they're doing like a show, some of them you're thinking white. At least for the first one, right? I don't have enough white for all of them, but I was thinking maybe like one will have a white uh fairy crown, one will have like a pink fairy crown. I'm loving the pink. And then one will have a yellow and then red and so on and so forth. Let's do that. Okay, so you're thinking white. Yes, let's do it. Okay, so hopefully I have enough in each packet for one fairy crown. And the way we're gonna do it is kind of how I wrap the flowers, flower, the paper flowers. All right, so it's right there, right? So I'm gonna go back with not cutting the flower wire and just stabilizing that there. And then we're gonna grab another one. Let's see. Let me see. 1, 3. Let's say 3 there, 3 there, 3 there, and so that's 9, 10. I think I have enough. Okay. So I'm gonna try to space it out so that I'll have enough. Because I don't want to run out like and have her also no, but when they're dancing, they'll be seen all the way around, and not all of them have such big hair, so not all of them will need this many flowers. But all right, and then we'll try to have some on one side, more on one side, and some on the other side, so they look good, right, from all sides. Is let's see, here we go. All right, so here we go. Look, I was forgetting to leave a little bit of a a little bit without like super tying it to the little crown, and so I'm adding a little bit more wiggle room so that they can adjust it as needed. So we're just adding the tiniest of spaces between the flowers. I don't know if you can see more or less. It's super tiny and it's gonna be super beautiful. They're gonna all fight for this one crown. They're gonna be all catty about it, you know. We're gonna have to get oh, there's the fly. Freaking no, you know. But like I said, I was willing to take the risk on that because it's so hot. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's quite the thing. Yeah, there's no way that anyone. Well, I suppose there are people who, I mean, they did it back in the day, so I'm sure there's ways to live without an AC, but it's hot. You almost don't want to like do anything. Don't want to move because it's so hot. All right, so far we've used 5 flowers, so I'm hoping that we'll have enough. And here we go. One more over here. And I know. So like, yes, was it yesterday? You see, yeah. When did it go? It wasn't Thursday that it died, or what was it really Friday morning? And so then the next day would have been Saturday. So yeah, so yesterday. Uh, yeah. So I was on the phone with my mom, and she's like, "Oh, so what are you gonna have for dinner or whatever?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not cooking." Because can you imagine turning on the stove in this heat? I don't know how people do it. Yeah, you're so used to just being, you know. I mean, we go outside and do stuff, but then we come right back in, you know. So yeah, so the white, yeah, I think maybe like having one color is good, and then the principal dancer will have a crown that has all the colors. I think that'll make her special. Then we'll need to figure out. Well, is she the principal dancer? She might be the principal dancer, but for now, she'll just be wearing this one, just so that we can see what it more or less it looks like. So, oh gosh, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna go back around, and because it wasn't tight enough, yeah, yeah. There's no way anyone can take this off. Super tight, very tight. Okay, now We still have more, so we're okay. Yeah, so before I was on the theme park, what I was doing was I was photographing for the glass gallery show. I am super excited about it. Have lots of Fenton to still list, mostly Fenton. Although in that same estate sale, I found a bunch of bird stuff, and most recently, um, Amanda and Donna are putting together it's got a bird on it, Ray Train, and I was fortunate enough to get a spot, and so I have many like super cute little bird. Look at this fantastic trinket box. Let me see. Isn't it adorable? Super cute. Yeah, so that's what I was doing. I was listing, um, and yeah, so I'm super excited about it. Okay, so I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. I want to say that maybe these come in bunches of 10. I think so. Okay, so that's all we have. So we're gonna just close it off. Yeah. Yes, do follow me if you're not already following me. Um, I'd love to be able to share some of my treasures with you. I have many a treasure. I go to state sales and grab pretty much everything that, like, I'll say, oh, I'll take that box. And then it's like Christmas when you're opening it, because then you're like, ooh, look at this or look at that or whatever. Super cute. I shouldn't have cut this one off. I should have just cut the other ones, but that's okay. All right, so now we're just gonna fit her for her little fairy crown, and we're going to find one end and then the other in the back, and then tie it there. Okay, so we're gonna go like this because it wasn't letting me figure out where the ends were. Okay, plan B, we're just going to attach it first and then put it on. Like I said, I shouldn't have cut this wire off, but it's okay. Well, stay tuned. In just a little bit less than half an hour, we're going to be heading over to see Heidi, and Heidi does so many fantastic crafts. Well, actually, both of the Heidis, like, they bring it whatever medium they're using with the crafts. Yeah, it's always fantastic. So much fun, and they create the trends, like, yeah, like the pickle stuff, and yeah, so super excited to see what she come comes up with for the fairyland. Okay, so we're basically just wrapping, just around and around so that it doesn't come apart. And so maybe, oh, I did have more white. I didn't think I had more white, but I had. Well, this one's a bigger. We can always, you know, plan B. like if we have more than enough, what we can do is go back and see and wrap again and have another one in the middle. And that would look super cute, very chic, very nice, very nice, very nice. So, in my family, many of the people in my family have done the whole ballet as little kids. Well, not my generation. My generation, we didn't have the funds for it. But because we couldn't do it, then we made sure that our kids get to do it. Okay, so okay, we're gonna try to put her hair through, or maybe we take off her head and ill advised. I thought I was gonna be able to do it. Okay, so let me see if this would work for another one. Yeah, this is too big for another one. This has to be yours, babe. We're just gonna have to put your hair through it. Sorry about that. We're just gonna pull your hair through, and you're just gonna have to bear it. It is what it is. Okay, you gotta suffer for fashion, right? So just keep pulling the hair, keep pulling the hair, and then trying to make sure that the part that doesn't have flowers ends up at the back. So just yeah, we're just gonna like if we were stuffing like a plushie or something. Oh, so most recently, some one of my actually two of my nephews from California came to spend some time with Julian, my nephew who lives here. And anyways, they're so creative. So one that's I want to say maybe he's 11, maybe he was making plushies, fantastic, like you know, uh, themed plushies. And so when I went to visit with him and stuff and play, and so we did air dry clay for some stuff, and anyways, yeah. So she was yeah. So one of her pieces of her hair was sticking out, so I just anyways. All right, she's looking quite fly, very fashionable, very 90s. Let me see how like yes, I believe she's quite debonair for a boy, but she's quite lovely. Anyway, so I walk in and he's making these plushies that are fantastic. He has after different superheroes heroes and stuff. And so I told him, hey, you want to do a live? And he's like, why? He goes, well, I mean, what are you gonna do with the plushies? Are you gonna sell them? He's like, no. He goes, I've worked on them for so long. I'm not gonna sell them. And I thought it was funny because my first instinct now is just like, are you gonna want to sell that? Instead of like he was just having fun and creating plushies for himself. And yeah, so last year he created figurines from pipe cleaners. You know how now they make different size pipe cleaners. Yeah, for some reason he needed. It was the first time that he needed to be babysat, I guess, in San Francisco. And so one of my nieces is was a student at San Francisco State University, and so she went to stay with him. And it was the first time they were like, she was babysitting for him, and so she bought him a bunch of like craft supplies and stuff. So yeah, so he started making these fantastic figurines out of pipe cleaners. This little boy, he's going to be some sort of engineer, I think, because he just knows how to build. And yeah, so he made a bunch of them. So he needed to be, someone needed to watch him because he was supposed to come here and then something didn't happen or whatever. But, anyways, So then my niece was in college, um, watched him. So right now I'm basically just, this is what I would have done on a dress form, but since I'm sewing her in, I'm going to pleat on her stuff onto her actual body. Okay, and now so I already threaded my one of my needles, so it's not the right color, but we're gonna go with it. So we're gonna sew her in. And anyways, yeah. So she babysat him and or watched him because he's not a baby. He reminds us. Uh, and then they brought him. And he brought all his craft supplies with him that one time. And so he was making these these fantastic critters last year. And so that was that, right? And then so this time when I went to visit with them, so it was him and his little brother. It was Jeremiah and Josiah. Uh, and he was making these plushies, and so I'm all like, "You want to sell those?" And he's like, "No." Like, nope. Because I spent too much time on it. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm like, oh, dude, if you knew how much I spend on my craft stuff, and I just want to, find homes for it so that I can do more. But nope, he just wanted to keep all his supplies. I don't know if are you able to see? So we pleated it so it looks beautiful in the back. So it's not just like, and it's just we're basically just going to not completely sew it. We're gonna sew her into it. Okay, and that's gonna be the base also for the wings. So it should be pretty cool. Yeah, so they had a good time. So we did some air dry clay stuff. My Josiah, who's the middle, actually no, he's the youngest of the three of them. He made the cutest. I don't know if I have a picture of it, but he made the cutest little heart shaped. And I didn't tell him what to do. I just said, "Here's the stuff." And I was working on another like a vase, but it was just, oh, it's right here. Uh, so this, look at, yeah. So, anyways, but he made the cutest little like heart shaped uh on top of like a trinket dish, and I'm all like, what? I don't know how old he is. He's probably like 8, and I was just amazed. Anyways, so since I'm gonna do a two for one on this project. So I'm actually gonna pleat this a little bit more and then just bring it down so that she can actually have a dress underneath. And so this will be helpful so that the dolls are not gonna be unclothed. Um, for the next project that I work with them, they will all have something underneath. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, so I had a lot of fun with them. So they were only here for 2 weeks, and then they went back to California. And yeah, so I'm glad that they were able to come. So their baby sister, they have a baby sister, and she's the one that's like less than a year old, but she did the little girl didn't come. But yeah, so I'll keep the dolls around, and if this could have also been like the front of an outfit, because look at, I feel like that would have been like a good front for the dress, but it's okay. But anyways, yeah. But the good thing is that they're able to come, and so they can spend more time with the cousins can spend more time together. Um, so that way they grow up and they know each other and will be able to like care for each other. I'm gonna try to sew this way so you can see what I'm doing, but more or less I'm sewing her buttocks in, and probably with a black light you'll be able to see the stitching, but I'm not terribly concerned because the tutu is going to go on top. Okay. And maybe one more, and then the rest we're going to tuck underneath because then I don't want it to show with the tutus. These is going to be fantastic. 15 minutes. All right. Well, let me know if you guys are interested in any of my little. So I've been doing hand carving alebrijes, or yeah, they're figurines, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, fairy tales. Of course, all this stuff is fairy tales. Like it's all part of fantasy world. And so let me bring this to you. I'm gonna show it, and in case you're interested. All right, thank you, Heidi. So this one is Pinocchio. He's got the nose. Check him out. And he's like a cross. So all of the alebrijes are sort of like two or three critters in one. And anyway, so this one is Pinocchio. And then you have Jiminy Cricket, which is, a fairy tale, a Disney fairy tale. And his little antennas move. He could be hours and hours of fun for you if you were to take him home. And then you have Prince Nabeem, which is the Frog Prince, and Tiana. Uh, Let me know if any of you are interested in these fantastic critters. I will run one of them. It takes me forever to carve these. And so if it was my nephew Jeremiah, yeah, he would not sell these. But I do because I offer them because I want to make more room for more stuff. So here it is. So this is Prince Nabeem. He's carved out of wood, and he has. I don't know. I think these are going to be my signature eyes, perhaps, of the frogs, because that's once you do one and then the other ones sort of come out the same. So, anyways, I'm gonna start the auction just in case anybody's interested in this fantastic critter. Wait. I'm running Jiminy Cricket and not the frog. Jiminy Cricket is fantastic. I want to say he probably took about 2 weeks to do, and so super a super labor of love, and there you go. All right, well, I appreciate you taking a look. I'm gonna run my other critters, um, because I want to participate. So this one is actually I'm calling him Pinocchio. So he's a cross between sort of a minion, uh, prawn because of this stuff at the top is the prawn stuff, and like a bird because of the wings, and Pinocchio because of the big nose. So you would imagine that he does not always tell the truth because his nose has grown quite big. So he is running for a low amount of $18. This one took forever. I still am going to get a curled tail for him. So, and the way I do that is I grab um, small branches from this is from a peach tree, and then add it to him. They are on fire, and He glows. I mean, they all glow a lot. But look at his pants. Yeah, his whole body has now caught on fire because of his lies. Anyways, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys taking a look. Do take a look at my bin, my buy it now stuff as well. I have many of things. I didn't obviously list everything that I have, but I just wanted to come on here and play with y'all. So, all right. So let's now add the wings to the back, and then the tutu will come after. I will be working on her tutu while Heidi is on. Heidi, what are you working on today? Well, if you can share, if you've decided what you're going to be working on, obviously. So basically, we're just pleating it so that it gives a slightly different shape than just like a flat. And then we're going to, this is pretty good. Find a good spot and then stitch it in. So, but first, let me go from the top, from the bottom to the top. Oh, making a flower bed. Oh, yes, fantastic. I love it. All right. Okay. Okay, we're setting that down. Just gonna quickly go to the top because I forgot we were still at the bottom with the, and I'm not gonna cut the thread since I just wanna, that actually will anchor it a little bit more. Well, I didn't want to cut the thread, but I don't know if you can appreciate what's happening here. How in the heck did I get it like this? And since Lupe can't see very well, I can't figure out. Well, probably just pushing it, pulling it to the other side, maybe? Nope. Okay, so that one comes off that way. Let me see if. Yes, okay. Here we go, here we go. We're almost untangling it. All the issues that happen. And then I need to figure out what my needle is. Okay. Okay, pull it out so that it doesn't. Okay. All right. Where are the pleat, pleat? No, the other way. Okay. And then make sure that I don't sew the wings backward. Okay. All right. So we are concentrating, which means we go silent. It's like as if we were performing surgery on her, as we are reattaching her wings. She had some sort of mishap and lost her wings, so we're attaching her wings again. Okay. We're gonna hold it with my finger, hoping that it stays.